Hi everyone, I'm taking a walk in the park in California. I arrived here in the States yesterday afternoon from Holland, from Lisbon actually. I had an overnight in Portugal, and I just wanted to share the moment with you and what's unfolding, because all I knew was to come to California, to San Francisco, mid-February. That's as much information as I had, and that's all I knew for a month or so. So I'm just sharing this like as a demonstration of trusting. Hi Malu. Just trusting. Sometimes when we're guided by the Spirit, we're not given all the information up front, because the point is that we're trusting in the Spirit. So we're just given a little bit sometimes, but it's a very clear knowing. And there's an invitation. That's my experience. It feels like an invitation from the Spirit. I'm not leaping off into some big black abyss where I don't know. There's a knowing. There's a knowingness in my heart, in my mind. Like this is the next step. And I don't need to know, more. So when I first shared this with my friend Sarah St. Clair, it was a while ago, 6 or 8 weeks ago, I said, I have the feeling I'll be in the Bay Area mid-February, but I don't know what it looks like. It's been a huge phase of, just dropped my hair tie. I'm always losing these. Travels and retreats, a lot of organized gatherings, and even though I'm always open and things naturally unfold, I don't feel that as this next phase. I can feel more open, spontaneous, maybe some time by the beach, some quiet time, and just open to see. And she wrote back and said, yeah, I feel that. Meditation, walks and writing. So then this new friend of mine, Kirsten in Palo Alto, who I'll be staying close by to from Monday for at least 10 days or a couple of weeks, we connected, and I was sharing with her about some of my recent experience, and just being guided, just listening and following the Spirit and showing up where I'm meant to be, and all of the organic nature of the miracle, and how profound it is, and how much healing and transformation happens for everyone I'm with. And as I was sharing it with her, she just had tears in her eyes, and she was like, wow, I really feel you're to come. I can't host you, I just have a 1-bedroom place, but I'll find somewhere for you to be nearby. And then, a couple of days after we had this conversation, and it felt, yes, that's where I'm going, the area where I'm going to be, she wrote to me and said, Kirsten, I don't know if you've considered writing another book, but this is out of the blue, but I just want to tell you, I feel prompted to tell you that my previous career before being a healer was a writing coach and ghostwriter and editor. And so she said, if you feel to write another book on being guided, then I would love to support and be part of that. So I was like, wow, okay, well that's two very clear people telling me, like the universe telling me, like, yes, make the space for it. Don't fill it up with anything that's not really clear. Leave the space and the openness, and I will bring to you, what it is. So I landed here. I'm staying with my cousin Julia. She's like an aunt, really. Staying with her for the weekend here in Richmond, and she's a psychologist, therapist, has been for many years. Thanks, Andreas. He would love to read the book already before I've written it. And yeah, we have these great conversations. She's just, yeah, she's beautiful, just so into healing. And she woke up after I'd been sharing with her again some of the experience over these past months, and she was moved to tears just hearing about even the divine timing when someone offers to host me in their house, and I'm there, and 3 days later, my host in Holland, she opened the door. She'd never met me before, and she said, "Welcome back." I don't know why I'm saying this, but I just want to say welcome back. And then 3 days later, her sister unexpectedly was passing away, and I was right there with her during that process for some really deep conversations and a total reinterpretation of how to see the release of her sister from the body, of what it was for her to be able to really see it. And she was in such joy through this experience, not obviously because of the passing of her sister, there was some sadness and grief, but the true joy of nothing has gone wrong. Like, this is the healing of my mind. This is feeling closer to her now than ever before. That's just one example of being where Spirit would have me be, with no agenda, just following the invitation, just following this really clear invitation from the heart, and then being available to let healing happen. And so my cousin Julia is just so moved by these experiences, and then at 3 o'clock this morning, we had breakfast and coffee this morning, she told me she woke up at 3 o'clock, like, full of this bright idea. And she shared with me, she said, "Kirsten, would you write a book? Would you write a book about this?" She said, "I keep hearing," she doesn't use spiritual language, but she said, unifier, the word unifier was coming to me, that's what you're doing. You're traveling all around, and you don't go to places to see the scenery or to see the place. You don't go there for the country. You go there, and there's this unifying. It's like there's a unifier. There's healing. The same healing is happening with everyone that you're with. And yeah, the more we talked about it, the more we could see it was love, that it's really love is the healer, and love is the answer. And some people just walked by, and they're so reverent and just almost in prayer as I'm having this conversation with you. Yeah. And yeah, it was just like, that's what it is. There's a unifying purpose. There is a unifying presence. There's a unifying love that is who we are. And she was describing me as this portal through which healing happens. And I was saying, yeah, it's like, yeah, Doreen, love calls out to love. Thank you. That's it. It's like there's enough obstacles have been removed from my mind that the presence of love can be present. And it's the presence of love that welcomes healing and allows everything to come up for healing. And that presence is non-judgment. That presence is allowance. That presence is acceptance. And with that presence being there, then there's a reinterpretation that naturally happens as healing happens. I just read this quote this morning. I received these beautiful messages from Richard Rohr, his name is. And there was a quote from the Bible, and see if it comes to me. Yeah, how that renewing of your mind quote. And there was another sentence there that I never heard before, that it's the renewing of your mind through relationship with one who basically doesn't share your perception. And I thought, yeah, that's really it. Like, so many people go to someone like Ama, or Ramana Maharshi, or they go and sit in satsang and literally experience this healing of their mind. They feel this presence of love that's so strong and so palpable that there's millions of claims of healing, where you just have this light experience or this love experience of this healing in the presence of love. It's just love, and in that presence there is no joining in the darkness. And so what needs to be healed is able to be released. It's supported to be released. It's as simple as that. You're not agreeing with it, joining with it, trying to fix it, trying to do something with it. You're just knowing, in love knows that anything that's not love is to be released, is to be forgiven. It's temporary. It's just going to pass through. So, yeah, I just feel so grateful and so inspired to keep witnessing this unfolding, being told, being shown. And when I was leaving Holland, some of the girls were, had a lot of emotion and feeling like, they were just sad and wishing it would continue. And I had this moment of like, why am I leaving? It's so wonderful here. We have everything we need. But I could feel it. This is the direction. This is the calling. And without needing to know any more than that, it's such a walk of trust. It's such a walk of trust. And then sure enough, it all gets revealed. It all gets revealed. And it continues to be, the whole point is this unifying experience. I love the word unifying. It's to continue to experience God is with me everywhere I go. The healing, the backdrop is just the backdrop. It's mind. It's just being in the presence, listening to it, following it, being it, allowing it, supporting everyone to awaken to it. That's my calling. That's my calling. I want everyone to wake up to this love that we are. Everyone has the same potential to live a life of freedom. And yet freedom's a state of mind. It's we have to be freed of judgment and fear and doubt to know who we truly are and have that shine fully. So thank you everyone for joining me. I just had a bit of data left on my international data plan, so I thought what better way to use it than to share with you this moment. And my gratitude, my huge gratitude for you, for knowing you, for being on this journey together. And for this life. So lots of love from California, and I so look forward to seeing who I'm to see here and being with who I'm to be with here. It's just wide open. So love you. Mwah.